my channel, Unity 151. My name is Joe. I talk and review sci-fi movies, sci-fi and space opera books, kind of along that line. Audio books too, other things, models, so on and so forth, all sorts of stuff on here. Yeah, if you want to please do, comment, even better, subscribe. Why not become a Patreon me? I don't know what I'm going to do as a Patreon, but I'll sort something out for you. Instagram, Discord, all that stuff. Anyway, let's get into it. We're talking about this book here. Bang! Emerged by M.R. Forbes. This is book 2 in the Forgotten Starship. Bang! No, that side. Fucking every time. That side. That's it. Yeah, I'm going to no spoiler. We're going to spoil. We're going to talk about this book now. I'm going to detail about the book. We're going to talk about the book. I'm going to read the blurb. I'm then going to talk about what I think after I've told you to do the blurb, so you know what I'm doing. Then I'll do my 5 categories. 5 categories. Oh, I'm on a roll. I'm doing so well. 5 categories are story, world building, characters, battles, technology and machines of war, and downloading something, and technology, machines of war, and aliens, and who the enemy are. Bam! I'm smashing it. No edits and everything. Here we go. After 100 years crossing the expanse, the generation starship Pioneer is nearly halfway to her destination. I said their destination. To her destination. The horrors of her first few days in space have been erased by time and forgotten by the residents of the city nestled inside. But all good things must come to an end. Deputy Nico Nori finds that out the hard way. After a double homicide leads to a suspect who shouldn't exist, it isn't long before Pioneer's dark history catches up with the people of Metro, and Nico in particular. With no time to waste and few people he can trust, the race is on to unravel the secrets of the past and bring the one person who can help into the present. That's it. Somewhere beyond the locked seals of Metro, Joseph Cross is in hibernation, and if Nico can't reach him, there won't be a future. Terrible. How absolute dismal is that? Won't be a future. But all good things. Maybe they all die. We don't know where to swallow it now. No. Right, okay. I'm going to cut this bit now. I'm going to read what I'm going to say, and then we're going to get straight into it. I've got to say, everything is going to be spoiled. I always said that anyway, the spoiled part. But if you don't want to watch the spoiled one, bang! Somewhere's a link to watch it. Oh, that side, I think. It might be actually just... fuck, there somewhere. Yeah. Yes, that's the blurb. Okay. Book 1 was outstanding. I love that. That's a 4.5 out of 5 book for me. I don't go much higher than 4.5. Do you know, I don't think I rated it. At the time I was doing it, I don't think I even rated the book. So anyway, it doesn't matter. First book, Emerge, was amazing. I love the name Emerge as well for a book. This book, it didn't do as good. Now, it's a good book. You get loads of information, which we're going to go into. I'm going to try and spoil as much as I can. But it dragged out in the middle or somewhere. Like, the whole point is they get into Joseph Cross. And it took them forever to get to Joseph Cross. I think you first get to Joseph Cross here. Maybe, no. Yeah, about here. Something there. Like, wow, you know what I mean? This bit I'm talking about. It took freaking all this to get to it. Yeah, right, we're going to go. 5 categories. We'll do characters. No. Story world building. Characters. Pardon me. Battles. Technology, machines of war, and then enemies, aliens, or who the enemies are. Okay. So we're going to talk about the story building. Story world building. Sorry. I'm doing it. I'm on a roll. I'm going for everything. I'm memorising all this stuff. It only took like 6 months to actually load my script kind of off. Anywho, yeah. So they're on a ship. Nico Nori, he is the great-grandson of, I think, Nico Nori again, or Nico, or whatever his name is. He was in the first book. He was one of the Guardians with Joseph and all that lot. He got stabbed in his chest, but his heart couldn't take it no more, so then they put him back into Metro so he can live out his life. You know, he's done his thing, whatever. He ends up exploding and dying by his little seed bit was in there. That little seed bit just spreads and takes over entire Metro. Nico Nori, bless his cotton socks, his girlfriend dumps him, and then like that night she gets murdered. So he's in a bad shape. He fights these jacked up humans who like Igleworth, I think it's Igleworth, which is the monster thing. That's infected. It's infected everyone, or slowly infecting everybody. And he ends up fighting them, and then they end up chasing him because he's getting blamed for something. He gets it all goes absolutely to shit for him. It goes right downhill. He then finds Juno, friend Leon, I think it's Leon. They uncover that there's something going on and all these stuff, that these aliens in the ship and all this stuff, because they don't know. Sorry, fellas. They don't know what happened outside, because when they locked it up outside, like Joseph Cross and all the Guardians, all the people on the nose, and all the Guardians, and then that was it. Metro had no idea. Metro was just locked inside. So they find these logs, they find all this stuff, interesting stuff out. They get chased by these super jacked up humans, and it's all going down. And then like this big long pause happens where like they're getting chased, and it's just dragging out, and all this pointless stuff I feel like is happening, which is really what let me down in the book. Even though thinking about it, there's loads of amazing stuff that happens, but that's a little bit that let me down. But then sort of after all this stuff that happens, they end up going out. Someone get captured. Nico Nori gets out. Everyone gets out. The rest of them get captured. Some get killed. It all goes downhill for them. As I said, for a million times downhill. They get out, and then as he's trying to find Joseph, there's got a couple of dead Guardians about, and it's derelict, and there's these weird aliens that look like robotic alien kind of things with these face plates that glow green, and it's either like these green beams come out their face or like out the chest or something. These beams, and kills these aliens because these other little bug spidery aliens, black things on the wall that these teeth, they jump out and they bite you and eat you up. Oh, it's horrible. And there's this giant alien, this other who looks like he's not an alien, it's called Goliath. It's smashing, crashing. This poor Nick, he's got to try and like wiggle away through all this stuff, getting chased. One's trying to eat him, one's trying to green vaporize him. This big thing just wants to smash him. Actually, I don't even know who smashes him. Anyway, finds Joseph, gets Joseph, wakes Joseph up. Joseph's like, right, yeah, I've been linking up with Eagle Devourer geezer, that black goo from the first one. The Devourer, he's devouring planets everywhere, and he's still on the ship. So then he's in ship, he's in Metro. That's the one that's obviously in bugging everyone. And then Joseph has to wake up the other Guardians, and he wakes up Tyson, who's the military, the ship captain, and everyone comes awake, and they're just fighting all in the streets, fighting all in the corridors everywhere. And then they've got to fight these bug things and the Goliath thing. Then Joseph can control the Goliath. The Goliath's then smashing all the aliens. Then the robotic aliens just green zap everyone up, kill everyone. They blow them up. It takes loads of energy. Not energy. It takes a lot of effort to blow them up because they're really strong. Just carnage. Loved it. I'll just tell you all the battle stuff now. I'm just going into the whole story. Then after that, they get out, get back into Metro. Got to deal with Metro. Levi from the first book, he's like 100 years old. He turns up because he's been infected. He's got a big deformed scar on his face. He's like, and then the governor from the first one, who should be dead now, he's not dead because Eagle Wolf, whatever his name is, got inside him, and he's like the final boss battle. And then he's torturing him and Eagle Wolf, whatever the monster's called. Something to that. Just bugged me now. What is he called? I'll tell you exactly what it's called. Lagoff. Lagoff. Lagort. Lagoff. There we go. Igoff. It's not Igoff. No, it's Iagorth. Igoff the Devourer, the Destroyer, or something it's called. And then he's torturing Juno, because Juno, whatever her name is, she's got the master code, because it's always about the master code in these books. Want the master code because he wants to get out, to get to the reactor, to do something to the reactor, take over, blah, 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 wants to expand out and do Eagle Wolf stuff. Big boss battle happens at the end, and then Joseph's got to fight this thing in Mind Zone. His granddad's there in his mind. It's all crazy. Turns out there's a massive war going on across galaxies and galaxies of Eagle Wolf the Destroyer and these interceptors or something, them robotic green laser guys. They kind of remind me of the Iron Man, not the Iron Man from the movie. That's a movie, some giant robot thing. Oh, anyway, that's that's definitely the story and world building. I'll give this. It sounds amazing. It is amazing, but the drag, like I said, all this crazy stuff that kicks off is like the last bit of the book. You've got like this much of like just crap. It's not crap. It's not. Take that back. I really like the book. This is like one of my, so far, like this and another series is right up there. I've got The Lost Fleet, and then Blood and Rust are they're just amazing. They're not amazing series at the moment, but it really let me down. And it's definitely it's a 3.5 out of 5 just because of the pacing in the middle. You know what I mean? It's like amazing happens here, then there's not that bad, but then there's crap till that bit happens. It really let me down to the first book. I was reading it's getting a bit boring now. If I'm that let me down. But yeah, 3.5 out of 5 for story and world building. Now we're going to get characters. Nico Norrie, spoke about him pretty much loads. He's interested, like him. He's down his dumps. Stuff goes bad at first, and he has to kind of just push on through. And he's got lose his job, girlfriend dies, all goes wrong for him. Then you've got Juno, Joseph, the Guardians, Tyson, Levi, the mayor's back, the governor's back, or whatever it is. There's loads of characters in it. The characters are really cool. Even the bad characters are cool. Igor Wolf, the Destroyer, he talks a little bit, he doesn't how you doing, what's going on, you know what I mean? But he's cool. Even Joseph's granddad who turns up, lumberjack jacket in some wood. I really like this granddad. He kind of reminds me of Santa Claus. I don't know why he reminds me of Santa Claus. He reminds me of a big bearded fat man with Santa Claus, white beard, lumberjack jacket with straps in. Come on, Joseph, I'm your granddad. You know what I mean? All the characters are really, really good. I really like the characters. Well, what did I give them? I think I'll give them 4.1 out of 5 for characters. I liked all the characters. Battles. Here we go. Starts off pretty much with Nico. The battles you sort of see. You see Nico has to fight some people in the police. He ends up knocking her down. She's bashed her head, dies on a toilet or something. Oh, that's what happened to her. They're getting chased in the streets. He fights Levi a few times. When they get out, there's just aliens chase him everywhere. Juno has to fight her boss because they're coming at him and they're so strong. And he ends up pushing him down. He falls, dies, splats on the ground, blood and guts and clatter everywhere. What you got? You got a big boss battle at the end. There's a Goliath. So Joseph can get control of the Goliath. So he kind of, because of Igor Wolf, whatever, gets control of him. The big Goliath is whatever. Oh, I didn't even talk about that. The blinking Rose is back. She's 90. She's an old fraggle. She made Goliath, and the Goliath just smashes everyone up. Sorry, I had to stick their neck. I forgot about saying about her. So much. Even all this I'm telling you, there's still more in the book. There's there's lots of battles. Not loads of battles happen all the time. There's the big chase scene in the middle, which just takes forever. But there's lots of little skirmishes fighting, and then when it gets out, it just goes to hell in a good way. The Marines just fighting the corridors. They're all pulling back, retreat. Tyson's they're trying to get Tyson. Tyson's just woken up. They got to get him to the bridge, or they got to get him where he's got to go, and they're supporting him, and all the Guardians know they're going to get killed. And they're about smash, and they're getting killed, and they're green laser in them all. Destruction. Cool. Liked it. The battles really good. What are we rating? 4.5? I think 4.5 out of 5. The battles were good when they kicked off and they really made up. If that slump in the middle, well, I feel like it's a slump. If that was not there, this book could have been outstanding, you know what I mean? Yeah, 4.5 out of 5 for the battles. Technology Machines of War. Technology. So Rose, she makes the Goliath. It turns out the Goliaths are human creatures, which this ties into, spoilers, the Forgotten series, which has got Sheriff Duke, which I've actually just found out that the Goliaths in that series are actually humans. But either way, you've got drones. I love my drones. I'm always a big fan of drones. You've got fancy dancy guns, hacking, loads of hacking, doing all this stuff. You've got these aliens, like I said, do it again, the green lasers everywhere. Them things, they look like the Iron, it's not the Iron Man. The Iron Men. What film is that? There's a new Keanu Reeves did a new art. I'm just trying to think whether there's the ships, big technology, big ship. There's just lots of technology. I can't even tell you exactly what technology was. It's just like normal day stuff that we've all got. There's just more of it. There's these weird things that the aliens are putting in the bridge. It's either a bomb or something to get data or something that they have to deal with. I don't know. There's not loads of technology and machines of war. They're in a ship just fighting with guns and stuff and drones and grenades and this big Goliath thing. But it was fairly solid. Everything was decent. Everything was decent. I'm probably going to tell you what it is, but I'm still going to get a 4 out of 5. The technology and the machines of war. Not that there was loads of that. It's not that sort of book. Still really good though. So I'm always looking down here. Come on, the thing. Aliens and or who the enemy are. I'm going to start with the big baddie, Igor Wolf. The devourer of destroyer of worlds, who's always hungry. I hunger. That's what he says. He's cool. I don't know what he is. He's like some black tar goo. I don't know. You see a lot of his point of view from Joseph at the beginning, and a bit later on, because you kind of talk to Joseph. Because when Igor Wolf's got control of Juno can talk to Joseph because they're linked through whatever mind seed bug things are in their heads. I just remember something else I'm going to tell you about. I completely forgot about it. I didn't write my notes on anything about it. Yeah, but anyway. So he eats worlds and he just devours worlds, and he's at a war with these other aliens, which I can't give it like interceptors or something like that. Probably not. The big robotic green lasermen. They're really cool because they've been a war for ages. You don't know nothing about them. You just know a little bit because Rosa sort of did talk to him a bit. I don't know quite how she spoke to him. I don't know. No triumph on this one. There's no triumph. There's like this little seed thing. So this little alien that they've still got a bit of Igor Wolf. I think they made a bit. Rose made a bit or something like that. And Joseph gets it and lets it go in him. And then that's what goes into him, sort of enhances him and does stuff to him. And then with that, that's it. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. He can then control. He can then control like the people that have got the alien bug things inside of him, and he can not control Igor Wolf, but he can sort of stop him for a bit. But he can only stop the one here because Igor Wolf's like all over the galaxies. He's just spreading like a plague who just devours everything. And it's just he controlled the Goliath this way, and that little thing in his head wants to help Joseph because it's not tied to anyone, and it then makes a form of his granddad. Like I said, the one that was like Father Christmas with the old straps. You know what I mean? The governor's back. The governor's bad in this. Governor was a decent enough guy in the first one, but he wasn't decent. He was an arsehole. But he's back. He's cool. He's the boss battle because Igor Wolf's with him or taken over him was one of the first things. The one that's on the planet. I don't know. It's all going on. It's just aliens and the baddies and the enemies are really good. I really liked all of them. It's a good book. This is a good book, really. I'll give that a 4.3 out of 5. It's a good book. It's worth getting into. I've done a butchered job at telling you how good it is, but it's a cracking book. Get the series. Get Emerge. Get the first one. I can't remember what it's called. Emerge is the first one. No, Emerge is the second one. So that's it. I like the book. I think it's a fairly decent 4.0, 3.9, maybe 4.0 book. I think it's a good all-round book, apart from that big monstrous bit that just dragged on, I felt like, in the middle. But then I'm an action guy. I like getting the action. I want to know. And that's all going to kick off when the Guardians wake up and Joseph kicks up. And that's going to kick off. I just want to get to that. So get this. Get the series. Merge is the second one. I can't remember what the first one's called. Exodus. Get Exodus. Brilliant book. Get Emerge. There's a few more books out. I think it's 5 books in total. Maybe 6. 5 books. I don't know. There's a whole story of this. There's like the Forgotten Starship, which is this one. There's the Forgotten, which is to do with Earth. And before they left, there's another one. There's another one on another colony. There's loads. It's very interesting. I'm itching to know what's going on. I've actually bought something that happens after this book or ties in with this book, and I really want to listen to it, but I can't until I finish this book. I'm not going to finish these 5 or 6 books, and then you get that one. I know it kicks off. This big war is going to happen now with the interceptors, not probably called interceptors, the robots, the green ones, them ones, and Igor Wolf, the big goo that's swallowing all the worlds. And then there's more that I'm not going to spoil because different sort of spoil the other books. But humanity's not out and done. Like in this book, as far as these guys know, humanity's fucked. But they're not. They've still got a good fighting chance. And I'm itching to know what happens. So it's good. Get it. Go get the book. That's it. I'm done. Twitter me. Discord me, Instagram me. I'm really doing it good on Instagram. Post pictures up and all sorts of stuff. Patreon, be a Patreon. Someone be a Patreon. Come on, I'll give you first Patreon can do something. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge once we get to it. Yeah, thank you very much. Love, bye, and all that stuff. Right. Oh, I just want to turn it off. Oh. Hello, is it working? Nothing. All right. What are we doing? I don't know.